Hello, everyone, and welcome to Limitless Gaming esports coverage of Limitless Formula Racing, the Tuesday Limitless 2 edition. I am Kem, and I will be your broadcast commentator for today. There was a race that took place yesterday for the Monday Limitless 1 race that took place it was France. So if you did not check that race out, make sure you go and check it out. Leave a like on that stream/video as well. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do that as well, because that would help us out a lot. And at this moment, I would like to introduce the analyst commentator who commentates with me regularly on Tuesdays. That will be Mr. Big Weir. How are you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad. A little bit stressed. Discord's down and I'm freaking out.
Oh, right. Oh, hold on. I think it's back up.
Has it just come back online? That would be ideal.
Because I don't see the connection.
Maybe it is in Canada, but it's definitely not here. But regardless, we're here. We managed to get everybody organised, and we're actually up and going for a bit of a sprint race.
Yep. So today is so it'll be a short qualifying session as I'm riding on board with the new driver for Limitless Formula Racing. That would be this driver, Lyra Patch, who is reserving for the Haas team today. So it will be a sprint quali for today, so a short quali, which is happening right now, and then it will be a 5-lap sprint to set the grid for the 50% race that will be taking place here at Portugal.
Just checking camera. I think we're having some mic issues at the minute. I don't know, maybe I fixed it with some echoing on the mic. I don't know what was going on there, but I think we've got it sorted. It was coming through in the live stream, so I think we're good. I don't know. But, this is what happens when we rush the setup.
Yeah, You're saying that you're hearing an echo. Because I'm not hearing anything on my side. But I'm currently riding on board with Lyra Patch, so we will see what they can do on their first qualifying lap as a Limitless Formula Racing driver.
They love a bit of Portugal, They love a bit of Portugal. So it's a naughty little track, and we're not sure if it's going to be in next year's game or not. But I'm hoping it will be, because it's definitely both a fast track and very technical track at the same time. As well. So one thing we haven't said yet, we've no Dark Stomper today.
Yep.
The championship leader, so Kingston's going to have to try and maximise the points he can get today to try and close that gap a bit. He's got quite a comfy lead at the top at the moment. Another driver that's come into the running though is the Williams, Carl Wiedenberg.
Mm-hmm.
The last couple of races have been, well, he's been maximising the points. He won due to a great tyre strategy call. When it came to the rain in Australia last week, anyone who missed that. Pitted at the exact perfect time. Dark Stomper got caught out, and with the undercut on the better tyre compound, he managed to clinch the win.
Yep, that was a very good race by Carl Wiedenberg. And speaking of Carl Wiedenberg, jumps to the top of the timing charts with a 1:17.629 on the medium tires as well.
He's on the medium tires. I don't know if he knows it's sprint week, because
oh yeah,
those mediums aren't going to be much good in a 5-lapper. He's just doing it for some fun.
Yeah, hopefully it's just more of a installation lap. So I'm currently riding on board with H. Bosworth, who has lost it going into, I believe that was turn 2. So he will be backing out of that particular hot lap.
See Alfa Romeo boys do well this week. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them. But like I said, I think I say it almost every week. One of them always does really well. I want a week where they both do well. I want a 1-2 Alfa Romeo.
So I was just riding on board with Iggy Combo, who was on the medium compound tires, set a 1:18.774 to put himself into 7th place.
Not bad run. He's on the mediums too, so he's got time in the tank. Lewis has done a great lap there to get himself up at the top of the board. He's 4/10 ahead of the people behind him, but there's a lot of speedy boys that have yet to put their laps in. Yeah, good news.
So I'm currently riding on board Boosted. I'm not sure what he went in as if he was going into the pit lane and then went back out onto the track. So not sure what that was about.
He's also invalidated already. I'm not sure what happened there, but.
So I was just riding on board with Warren, who is reserving for the Mercedes team, and he set a 1:18.632 to put himself into 7th place.
Just a little bit interested. There's quite a lot of people haven't put a lap in yet. Is that? I know some of them are in validations, but. You might as well burn the tyres. It's sprint week. Just burn the tyres. You only got a 5 lapper to do, and then you've got 3 tyre choice.
Yep.
But Iggy, Isaac. Anyone who watched the stream last night? Little Isaac. Get on them soft swad.
Yeah, I was riding on board with him. He just set a 2nd lap time on the medium, so he took that 7th place position back from Warren.
He's currently in the gravel at turn 8. That's going to be a spot to watch, I think, today. Turn 8, everyone knows at this point, turn 8's dodgy. Very, very easy to get caught out there just with the angle of the corner. You've got very little downforce in the car. It makes it very, very easy to spin out there. So I expect a couple of pirouettes in that corner.
So I'm currently riding on board with Flea, who has not set a lap time as yet, but he has gone purple in Sector 1, ran a bit wide, and there's an invalidation of that lap for Flea. Unfortunate. So let's see. There is a Haas that's coming to a line, so Addix is about to start a lap. Dibbo Boy is coming up. He is on an out lap, about to start a lap. Flea has invalidated. I'm wondering if he's gonna dive back into the pits or maybe go for a second run, a second lap on these tires. We will see. Nope, going into the pits, as well as his teammate King's Home. So riding on board with Lyra Patch. Lyra Patch was on an out lap, just starting a lap now. Currently riding on board with Boosted, coming to the line. It's going to be a 1:19.018 for the Mercedes driver. Boosted jumps himself up to 10th place. There is Carl Wiedeberg, I believe, is just starting a lap now, so we'll see what happens. BKS just starting a lap now as well. Nembidic just starting a lap as well. Addix has invalidated. Fibble Boy is going quite slow, so hopefully we can start to see, as we have 9 minutes left in this quali, hopefully we can start to see more times being posted.
Nembidic on his first lap. It's looked reasonably clean so far. He's going to be hoping for some points today. Oh, he's just ran wide and invalidated. I've done it again. Why do I do this? I need to stop talking about people, because this is what happens. You root for someone, and then I jinx them, and then no comment from here on out, okay?
So it's currently, or I was riding on board with Lara Patch. They set a time of 1:18.304 to go into sixth, and then I was just on board with Carl Wiedeberg as he is the first to dive into the 116s with a 116.910 to put himself into first place. Namvidic coming to the line. And I believe that was an outlap, or probably invalidated, which is why a time did not get put up. Ryan Van Doom has just starting in Sector 1, but has already invalidated, so not going to be a time. Phoenix is currently on an outlap. Warren is currently on an outlap. Thibbo Boy has invalidated.
Everyone's loving the invalidations now. Thibbo Boy had such a strong start to the season as well. That first race in Brazil, he was really fighting to the front. But he's dropped off the last couple of weeks. So the game's not agreeing with him lately. Whatever's going on with him, but hopefully he can get that sorted and bring himself back into the fight.
And yeah, sorry, Jason. Is there any chance that you could just turn your mic up just the slightest bit, because the volume dipped a little bit?
Apparently, we're still getting echoes from the street, so I'm playing it out myself.
Oh, okay.
I'll click it up a little bit. Or I'll just have to start shouting.
So I'm currently riding on board with Warren as we have just under 7 minutes left in this qualifying session, and he was almost 3/10 cut out of his best lap time. So as he is rounding this final corner, it'll be powered down to the start finish, and we'll see where Warren jumps to. It is 7th as he sets a 1:18.382. Now riding on board with H. Bosworth, jumps to 6th place with a 1:17.612. His teammate Iggy jumps to 7th with a 1:18.180. So it's 6-7 for the Alfa Romeo team as it stands.
Come on, Iggy, son. Get up there. Get up there. Up the Alfa Romeo boys. That's what I'm after. That's some big dubs from them this week. Speaking of which, he's round. I'm just not going to talk for the rest of this now.
So Addix has invalidated. Thibbo Boy an outlap. Warren has invalidated. So I think King David is currently on a flyer. Has invalidated as well. There is no one on an actual lap as it is right now. So we have 5 minutes left in this qualifying session, and still 4 drivers who have not set a qualifying time as yet.
Yeah, I see King David's on a lap at the moment, but it looks like he's invalidated. Alex has just started his lap, I think.
Yes.
And so is Thibbo Boy, so we've still got time.
So currently riding on board with Addix, and he has gone purple in Sector 1. So pretty good job so far by the Haas driver.
Just coming up to the turn 8, and he's managed to keep it fairly straight and narrow there. I'm not sure if he's on an in-lap or an out-lap though, because I've just looked at his battery. He's used quite a bit, but he's going to have to get some sort of time on the board, so I'll be surprised if he doesn't finish it, as he's purple Sector 2 now.
Wow. So this looks like it's going to be quite the time by the Haas driver of Addix, as heading into this final turn of the sector, it will be powered down for Addix, and we will see what time jumps to 3rd.
Whoa, and it's tight between those top couple.
Yep. So 1:17.012 by the Haas driver of Addix.
very good lap. Very, like I said, very, very tight between those times. It's less than a tenth between Alex and Lewis at the moment. So credit to him. Like I say, I'm wondering, is that a sign that the track's really starting to ramp up a bit? Are we going to see people jumping all over this board very soon?
Hopefully. So is anyone on the lap right now? Currently riding on board with Ryan Van Doon, but let's see. Lewis is on an out lap. Thibble Boy. Okay, so Thibble Boy is currently on the lap right now. Currently in 16th place. Has not set a time as yet. Ran a little wide and having a bit of a traction issue getting the power down while on that curb. So it's going to cost him a little bit of time, but continue on. Oh, and it's purple sector 2 actually, even with that little bit of a moment. So we'll ride on board with Thibble Boy up until the start finish to see what time he can put on the board. That's coming up to the DRS line. DRS wide open and jumps to 8th place with a 1:17.889.
I think he lost a lot of time in that last sector. I just looked at his battery, it was completely drained by the time he hit the line, so he's probably lost the guts of a couple of tenths at least in that last little part of the lap, but a good lap regardless.
Currently on board with Boosted, jumps to 13th with a 1:18.584. Let's see, so the Alfa Romeo boys, both on out laps. Is there anyone else coming up to the line who is on a lap? All out laps.
Yeah, it's that time of qualifying, isn't it? Everyone's trying to get the last ditch effort in, full send. Absolutely nothing to lose in the last lap of this qualifying. It's all going to come in the sprint race shortly after.
So Flea coming to the line, sets a 1:21.897 and remains in 15th place.
And he's invalidated his next lap, so I think that's going to be it for him so far.
Yep.
So unless King David improves.
And I'm currently riding on board with Phoenix. He set a purple sector 2 and he's coming to the start finish line right now, so we will see as it's DRS wide open. Phoenix jumps to 10th with a 1:18.221. Currently on board with Lyra Pat. Nope, so it will not be an improvement. There's an Alfa Romeo car. Ooh, almost 7/10 down by H. Bosworth and jumps to 4th with a 1:17.149. And then I believe.
Here comes his teammate.
Oh, and Carl Wiedeberg with a 1:16.500. The only driver in the 1:16s right now.
Yeah, that's a solid lap. That's going to be hard to beat. We're used to dog stomp. We're being head and shoulders above everyone else. Lewis has just come into the pit lane. He's invalidated his last lap. BKS is 4 tenths down in his current lap. Kingsham's the only one who can really challenge him at the moment, and from what I've seen of his delta, he's not really improving.
Yep, so currently riding on board with Thibble Boy, jumps to P5 with a 1:17.327. There's a Mercedes that is going into the pits as qualifying is now over. If you cross that start-finish line, that is the final lap you can set. Phoenix is going into the pits. King David, who is currently on a lap right now, jumps to 2nd.
Oh, there it is.
With a 1:16.989.
We know
King's home! Pips him! A 1:16.966 by King's home. Well done by the Red Bull driver.
No idea where he gained that time. I looked at his delta at the end of sector 2. He was 1,000th of a second up. He somehow found 4 tenths in that last sector, so sitting comfortably P2 at the minute. And the only person to challenge him actually is Iggy, who's currently backwards at the second last corner. great lap there, though.
So, yep, this is going to be the starting grid for the sprint 5-lap qualifying race. So it's Carl Wiedeberg of the Williams team who set a 1:16.500, who takes pole position, and Kingsholm of the Red Bull team. Oh, and Discord is back up. So Kingsholm of the Red Bull team takes puts up a 1:16.966 for second, and King David, who is reserving for the AlphaTauri team, puts up a 1:16.989 to get himself third on the starting grid.
Just looking there, Lewis apparently he's invalidated twice in his second run. So one to watch, I suppose. He's going to have a little bit more in the tank than what he's displayed in qualifying. He'll try and make up for that in the sprint to come.
So I'll go down the starting order for the sprint qualifier. So it's Carl Wiedeberg, who will be starting in first, Kingsholm in second, King David in third, Lewis F1 in fourth, Addix in fifth, H. Bosworth in sixth, Thibbleboy in seventh, BKS in eighth, Ryan Van Doom in ninth, Iggy Cumbo in 10th, Phoenix in 11th, Lyra Patch in 12th, Warren in 13th, Boosted in 14th, Nem Vidic in 15th, and Flea rounds out the field in 16th place.
I have a bit of a mad feeling this is going to get very saucy, you know.
Yep.
Turn 8 lap 1, that's a spot to watch. Turn 1 lap 1, that's a spot to watch. Nobody knows what way we're going to end up here, but fingers crossed.
I'm wondering. Yep, so as we wait for the cars to form on the grid, let's see.
Just looking, Carl Wiedeberg's actually got himself in a great spot there. If he can finish in P1 in both the sprint and the race today, he's going to claw back that gap to Dark Stomper rightly. Now, I think Brandon has got it, but oh, hang on, I'll shut up because the lights are coming out. I forgot there's no formation lap. Let's go, boys, in the way.
Yep. So we are starting this 5-lap sprint here at Portugal. And Ryan Van Doom has already made up 2 positions from the start of this race. Drop track 1, though, Lyra Patch, the new driver, has made up 3 positions, and Boosted has made up 4 positions. Both Alfa Romeo drivers. Ooh, as there is a 3-second time penalty for Ryan Van Doom for corner cutting and gaining 1 position. I'm currently on board with Addix, who is fighting it out with King David, and King David actually runs wide, and that gives Thibbleboy a bit of an opportunity, but they are going side by side, Thibbleboy and King David, and King David, ooh, Thibbleboy taking that inside line. Will he be able to get this move done? Still side by side for both drivers, and they're still side by side.
Yeah, they're fighting tooth and nail here. I think Thibbleboy's going to come away with it, though. Yeah, and he's managed to get up the inside. King David's run a little bit wide there at the exit, but he's right in his gearbox. Might be able to get a move done down into turn 1 if he can. Well, he's dropping off, so I've already jinxed it.
So Carl Wiedeberg.
I've been watching, though. Look at these guys at the front. Kingsholm and Lewis are right. They're fighting tooth and nail at the moment, trying to get everything they have. Lewis is not giving Kingsholm any room to breathe whatsoever.
And you were talking about Carl Wiedeberg getting a good start. Look at that. Already pulled almost a second and a half to Kingsholm in second. So very good job by the Williams driver.
Yeah, he's got pretty staggering. He's already broke that DRS toe. I was saying there before the race started, so there's points for the sprint race. Top 6 tend to get points, so there's no point for the fastest lap, but it's 10 for first, 8 for second, 6 for third, 4 for fourth, 2 for fifth, and 1 point for a sixth. So this P1, if Carr can hold on to it, will definitely help bring him back into the fight for the championship.
Yep. And already 2 seconds clear of Kingsholm. Carl Wiedeberg is doing the job right now, as I'm assuming fastest lap. Yep, 1:18.452 for Carl Wiedeberg, and Lara Patch is around.
Oh, it's going to be devastating for him. In a really tricky spot too, but he's got back on track okay.
Oh, and
he? Do we know where he?
Not too sure, unfortunately. But Lewis has actually made up a position on, and then gets a penalty.
Oh, he done well to get the overtaking now.
Oh, and King David! That was a quite reckless dive down the inside, and I don't know if, I believe it was Thibbleboy that he was beside, may have gotten any damage. Might have hit into Addicts as well.
I'm not seeing any damage in Thibbleboy at the minute, but it wouldn't be the first time that it doesn't actually show up. And apparently he's got a 3-second time penalty for ignoring a yellow flag.
Huh.
Oh, and he's round again, he's into the wall! Tires must be absolutely roasted from that spin. It's going to hurt him for the race. It has gives Boosted though. Boosted's up into the top 6 now. He's had an absolute stonking sprint so far. It's lap 3 and he's in P6, up 8 positions.
Yep. And I believe there's yellow flags in Sector 3. I think that may have been the Red Bull driver of Flea. So currently riding on board with H. Bosworth. I believe he just made up a position on Boosted to go up into 6th. Yes, he did, because Boosted was in 6th. Addicts now currently riding on board, and he is going to try and go down the... Nope, not enough straight. So, but good traction coming out of that hairpin turn, almost side by side between the Haas and Red Bull driver. Almost a bit of contact between them, as Addicts was a bit late on the brakes, but I will stay on board with Addicts to see what he can do in this battle for third.
All that Addicts really doing at the minute is doing Lewis a massive favour. He's helped Lewis gain a 1.6 gap to Kingsholm at the minute. He only needs 2 seconds, and he'll hold on to that P2. But I suppose that's only the case if he can avoid the penalties from here on out. But it's now up to 1.7 seconds. He's got 1 lap to pull that gap.
Yep, so DRS wide open for Addicts, and flashing red light for Kingsholm. Low on the battery. Addicts not able to make a move into turn 1, but we'll have another shot with the first DRS zone of this circuit, so we will see. DRS wide open for Addicts. Will he be able to make a move? A bit late on the brakes, trying to go around the outside, but not able to make it happen. But good traction coming out of that hairpin turn, and it is side by side between both of these drivers. And Addicts,
Got to move around the outside. It's a naughty little move, but he's made it look
he's
really
made it
clean.
happen. Although Kingsholm does have the inside position going into this turn, and a bit of contact between the two drivers. Addicts able to come out on top in that battle in third.
Boosted has had a disconnection. I'm not sure what's happened there. He was on track, but I think he just lost connection. Carl Wiedeberg, though, man in the minute, comes across the line. P1 will start
P1.
the race on pole, gains himself 10 points. Lewis does manage to hold on to P2. Alex manages to pip Kingsholm, BKS in P5, H. Bosworth in P6. There's your point scores.
Yep.
Come on, the Alpha Boys!
So currently on board with a Lyra Patch, started 12th, finishing 12th in this sprint qualifier. Now on board with Lee, made up 3 positions from The start of this sprint finishes in 13th. Warren coming to the line in 14th. Dibble Boy losing 8 positions, coming home in 15th. And Phoenix actually jumps Dibble Boy to start, who will start 15th in the 50% race, and it is Dibble Boy who will be starting in 16th.
Boosted the driver of the day, and to be fair, I think well deserved. Managed to keep that clean. He's starting well up the top 10 now with that run, so we can be happy with that. But and as I say that, I've got an update on Boosted. Apparently the power's cut out in his old neighbourhood, so he'll not be back.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate. So I'll just go through the finishing order for the sprint qualifier. So it's Carl Wiedeberg of the Williams team in first, Lewis in second, Addix in third, Kingsholm in fourth, BKS in fifth, H. Bosworth in sixth, Boosted in seventh, Iggy Cumbo in eighth, Nem Vidic in ninth, King David in 10th, Ryan Van Doom in 11th, Lyra Patch in 12th, Flea in 13th, Warren 14th, 15th is Phoenix, and 16th, rounding out the field, is Thibble Boy of the McLaren team.
Oh, I'm a wee bit excited for my Alpha boys. They're sitting in prime striking position. I want to see them. I want to see them do well. I suppose another interesting thing to note, Cam. We've got free tire choice for everyone. I'm not sure what I would prefer here, but I've seen actually the hard tires tend to be really, really good at the start, and then finishing those softs. You'll gain about a second a lap on the guys in front if you go for that strategy, but that's only if you can maintain your position. So
Yep.
I don't know what way we're going to end up here, but all I know is I want more of that. That was a very mental sprint, a very mental sprint, and I want more.
All right, so for everybody that is tuning in, I will be stopping this stream as it is the end of the sprint qualifying, and then another stream will be starting up in approximately 5 minutes for the 50% race that will be taking place. So myself and Big Weir, we will be back in a short period of time.